You wake up standing. Not because you want to, because you are not allowed to sit. Cold stone presses against your bare feet. The chill climbs slowly into your bones. Your arms are stretched forward, wrists locked in iron. The chain is short. Too short to kneel. Too short to rest. Too short to collapse. You have been like this for hours. No. Longer. You don't know how long anymore. Time stopped the day they took your name. Something pulls at your face. You try to swallow. Pain explodes inside your cheeks. Iron. Hooks. They are inside your skin. Pushed through slowly weeks ago. Left there. Not to kill you. Never to kill you. Only to remind you. You try to speak. A sound comes out. Not a word. Not a voice. Something broken. The guards laugh. They always laugh. Because they know what was done to you. They know what you used to be. You were not always this thing in chains. You were once called Daughter of Kings. And the empire that destroyed your world did not want your death. Death is mercy. They wanted something far worse. They wanted you alive. Alive so the world could see what happens to those who defy them. Alive so fear would spread faster than armies. Alive so your suffering would speak louder than any warning. And what they did to you was only the beginning. Stay with us till the end for valuable insights. Like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. You remember the last morning you had a name. It began with sunlight. Soft sunlight spilling across white palace stone. Warm wind moving the curtains. The quiet sound of servants walking on polished floors. The smell of sweet oil burning in bronze lamps. You remember it because it was the last gentle thing the world ever gave you. You did not know it was your final morning as yourself. Outside the palace walls, war had already begun. You did not hear it yet. War never arrives with noise first. It arrives with silence. With absence, with servants who do not return, with guards who whisper, with messengers who refuse to meet your eyes. You were sitting beside a pool, watching petals float on water when the horns sounded. One long note, then another, then shouting, not your soldiers, theirs, boots, metal, screams. Your name was called, not with honor. Not with respect, with fear. You stood. You remember thinking only one thing. This cannot be happening to me. Because war was something that happened to other kingdoms, other cities, other daughters of other kings. Not you. Never you. The doors burst open. They entered like a storm made of iron. Helmets shaped like beasts. Armor dark with dust and blood. Eyes that did not see you as a person, only as an object already owned. You tried to speak. A hand struck your mouth. You tasted blood. You fell. Hands seized your arms, your hair, your clothes. You heard your sisters screaming somewhere behind you. You heard your mother calling your name. Your name. The last time anyone would ever say it. Outside, the sky was filled with smoke. The palace gates were broken, banners burned, statues smashed. The sound of your world ending was not loud. It was steady, like a hammer striking stone again and again. They dragged you through it, through the courtyard, through the broken gate, through the bodies. You tried not to look. You failed. Faces you knew, faces you loved. Faces that had smiled at you yesterday were lying in dust today, staring at nothing. You wanted to close your eyes. You were not allowed. A soldier forced your head up. He wanted you to see. Because this was not slaughter. This was a lesson. They lined you with the others they had taken. Women of your court, noble daughters, servants, priestesses, all trembling. All breathing too fast, all waiting for someone to explain this nightmare. No one explained. Instead, a man stepped forward holding a clay tablet. A scribe. He did not look at your face. He looked only at the tablet. He spoke your name aloud. Clear, loud, formal. For a moment your heart leapt. Relief. Someone remembered you. Then he dipped his stylus into wet clay and calmly scratched a line through your name. Just like that. Gone. He spoke again. But this time he did not use your name. He used a number. You did not understand at first. You thought it was a mistake. You tried to correct him. You opened your mouth. Hands grabbed your jaw, forced it shut. The scribe spoke to the soldiers without emotion. Her designation is now 47. Designation. Not name. Number. The word echoed inside your skull like a falling stone. 47. 47. 47. You shook your head. You tried to say your real name. The name your mother whispered when you were born. The name sung at your ceremonies. The name carved into temple walls. But no one listened. The tablet was lifted. Your old name faced the sun one last time. Then the scribe pressed his thumb into the clay, smearing it, erasing it. Your name did not exist anymore. Not in records. Not in law. Not before gods. You felt something strange inside your chest. Not pain. Not fear. Something worse. Hollow. Like a door had opened and everything inside you had fallen out. Around you, other women were shaking. Some crying. Some whispering their own names over and over like prayers, as if saying them fast enough could keep them alive. It did not work. One by one, the scribe crossed them out too. Scratch. Erase. Scratch. Erase. Scratch. Erase. The sound of stylus on clay became the sound of souls disappearing. When he finished, he looked up for the first time. Not at your face, at your forehead. He nodded to the soldiers. And that was when you realized. Erasing your name was only the first step. They held your head still. Not gently, not cruelly, professionally. That is what you notice first. Not anger, not hatred, not rage. Routine. One soldier grips your arms. Another holds your jaw. A third presses your shoulders down. Their hands are steady, calm, like craftsmen preparing wood before carving. You try to pull away. You cannot. Your body does not belong to you anymore. A man steps forward carrying a small bowl. Black liquid inside. Thick, grainy. You smell smoke, ash. Something inside you already knows what it is. You don't want to know. You don't want to understand. But your mind understands anyway. The man dips a thin metal needle into the bowl, lifts it slowly, lets the excess drip back in. He studies your face the way a painter studies a wall before painting it. You shake your head. He does not stop. The needle touches your forehead. Pain. Sharp. Sudden. Bright. You gasp. The needle moves again. Another line. Another stab. Another. You try to scream, but your breath breaks into broken sounds. The soldiers holding you do not tighten their grip. They do not loosen it. They hold you exactly the same. Because this is not punishment. This is procedure. The needle keeps moving. Line after line. Stroke after stroke. You feel warm liquid run down your face. Blood. Mixed with black pigment. Dripping into your eyes. You blink. You cannot wipe it away. You taste salt. You taste iron. You hear scratching. Tiny scratching sounds as the needle carves slowly into your skin. Not deep enough to kill. Not shallow enough to fade. Permanent. That word echoes in your head. Permanent. 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 The man finally stops. Steps back. Examines his work. One of the soldiers tilts a bronze mirror toward you. You see it. The mark. Dark. Crooked. Uneven. Ugly. It sits on your forehead like a brand burned into an animal. You do not understand the symbol, but they do. The soldiers nod with approval. One of them says the word quietly, slave. You stare at your reflection, at the mark, at the blood, at the stranger looking back at you. You don't recognize her, because the girl in the mirror has no name. And then the man holding the bowl speaks, calmly, almost kindly. The ink, he says, is made from your family. You don't understand. He explains, not to hurt you, not to comfort you, just to inform you. The ashes of your father, your brothers, your kin, mixed into pigment, so they never leave you. The world goes silent, not quiet, silent, as if sound itself has stopped existing. Your knees weaken. The soldiers hold you up. Your heart pounds so hard you think it might tear through your ribs. Your family, on your skin, inside your skin, part of you forever. Not as memory, not as love, as a mark of ownership. You want to vomit. You want to faint. You want to disappear. But your body refuses. You stay awake. You stay standing. You stay breathing. Because they need you alive. The man wipes the needle clean, pours the remaining ink onto the ground. The black liquid soaks into dust like spilled night. He walks away. His job is finished. You think it is over. You think the worst has passed. You are wrong. A guard steps closer. He is holding something. 2 curved pieces of metal. Hooks. They glint in sunlight. For a moment your mind refuses to understand what you are seeing. Then he reaches toward your face. And you finally realize. The mark was not meant to hurt you. The mark was meant to prepare you. Because what comes next will make you wish the needle had killed you. The guard does not rush. That is the first thing you notice. If he were angry, if he were cruel, if he were shouting, maybe your mind could understand it. Maybe you could tell yourself this was rage, madness, chaos. But he is calm, careful, patient, like a man about to perform delicate work. He holds the iron hook between his fingers and studies your face, turning his head slightly left, slightly right, measuring distance the way a tailor measures cloth. You begin to tremble, not because of the metal, because of his calm. Your body knows something your mind does not want to accept. This is not violence. This is craft. Another soldier steps behind you and grips your head. His hand presses against your skull, fingers tangled in your hair, holding you still. Not roughly, firmly, like someone steadying a bowl so it does not spill. You try to speak. A whisper escapes. Please. The word barely exists when it leaves your mouth. The guard pauses, not because he feels pity, because he is adjusting his grip. He lifts the hook. You see its tip. Sharp, clean, polished, prepared. Your breath stops. The world narrows to a single point of metal. Your heart beats once, twice, 3 times. Then, pressure. A strange pressure against your cheek. Not pain yet, just pressure. Your mind screams. Your body cannot move. The hook pushes. Your skin resists. For a fraction of a second. Then it gives way. Pain explodes. Not sharp, not quick. Slow, spreading, blooming through your face like fire moving through dry leaves. You try to scream. Hands tighten. Your scream breaks into a wet, choking sound. The hook keeps moving. You feel it passing through flesh, through warmth, through yourself. A sensation so unnatural your mind refuses to understand it. As if something foreign is entering a place nothing should ever enter. Then, cold, the tip emerges from the inside of your mouth. You taste metal. Blood fills your tongue. The guard nods slightly. Satisfied, he fastens the curved end so it cannot slide out. Your cheek is now holding iron. Your body jerks, not by choice. Your nerves fire wildly, sending panic through every muscle. Tears blur your vision. Your chest heaves. Your knees shake. The soldiers do not react. To them, this is normal. Routine. The guard picks up the second hook. Your eyes widen. You try to shake your head. The hand behind you tightens. No, you try to say. It comes out as a broken gargle. He positions the second hook on the other side of your face. You already know the pain. Knowing does not help. Pressure, push, break, fire, blood, metal. Your body convulses. The sound that comes out of you does not sound human. When it is done, he steps back. Both hooks hang from your cheeks. Heavy, cold, permanent. You feel their weight every time you breathe. Every time you swallow. Every time your heart beats. You think it is finished. You are wrong. The guard reaches forward again. For a moment terror surges. But he only lifts your chin. Examines you. Turns your face left. Turns it right. Inspecting his work. Then he nods once. Approval. Behind him, another soldier laughs softly. Beautiful, he says. Not because you are beautiful. Because the message is. You feel warm liquid running down your neck. Blood. You try to speak again. You want to ask why. You want to ask what you did. You want to ask what crime deserves this. But the hooks pull when your mouth moves. Pain slices through your face. The sound that comes out is twisted. Wet. Animal. The soldiers laugh louder. Not loudly. Just enough for you to hear. Because they want you to understand something. Your voice is gone. Not taken. Broken. Forever. One of them leans close to your ear and whispers calmly. Now you can stand with the others. Others. Your stomach tightens. Slowly, slowly, you turn your head. And for the first time, you see them. A line of women. Standing. Chained. Marked. Hooked. Silent. Dozens of them. Watching you. Not with shock. Not with horror. With recognition. They know exactly what you feel. Because they felt it too. And suddenly you understand something far worse than pain. This is not special. This is not rare. This is not punishment meant only for you. This is policy. They chain you beside them. Not in a dungeon. Not in a cell. Not underground. In a garden. At first your mind cannot understand what you are seeing. There are trees here. Tall ones. Their leaves whisper softly in the wind. Sunlight filters through branches and falls across stone paths. Birds move between shadows. Water flows through narrow carved channels, clear and gentle, making the quiet sound of peace. It is beautiful. That is what makes it unbearable. Because beauty should not exist in a place like this. The chain around your wrists is fastened to a pillar of carved stone. The metal is thick, old, polished by years of use. You notice grooves worn into it, tiny marks left by friction. You are not the first to stand here. You will not be the last. The guard adjusts the length carefully. He makes sure your arms remain slightly raised. Not high enough to tear your muscles quickly. Not low enough to let you rest. Exactly in between. A perfect balance between pain and endurance. He tests it once. You try to lower your arms. The chain stops you. He nods. Satisfied. Then he leaves. Just like that. No speech. No warning. No explanation. You stand. Minutes pass. Or hours. Time changes in this place. It stretches. Thickens. Slows. Each breath feels longer than the last. Each heartbeat echoes louder than it should. The hooks in your cheeks sway slightly when you breathe. The movement sends small stabs of pain through your face. Not enough to make you scream. Enough to remind you they are there. Always there. Beside you, one of the women shifts slightly. The chain at her wrists rattles softly. You glance toward her. Her head is shaved. Completely. Her scalp shines under sunlight, pale and exposed. Thin scars cross it like faded lines in sand. Her forehead bears the same mark as yours. Dark, crooked, permanent. She does not look at you. She looks forward, at the path. Footsteps approach. Not soldiers. Sandals. Soft cloth. Perfume. Merchants. 3 men walk through the garden, speaking quietly. Their robes are clean. Their hands smooth. Rings glitter on their fingers. They are visitors. Guests of the empire. As they pass, their conversation slows. Their eyes shift. Toward you. Toward the line of women. Toward the hooks. Toward the marks. Silence falls between them. One of them swallows. Another looks away quickly. The third keeps staring. You feel his gaze crawling across your skin like insects. No one says anything. They continue walking, but their silence speaks louder than words. You understand now. This garden is not for you. It is for them. You are not prisoners. You are a message, displayed, presented, exhibited, a living warning carved in flesh. More footsteps come. Envoys, travelers, servants, officials. All pass, all look. Some stare openly. Some pretend not to see. Some whisper. Some frown. Some smile faintly. Some pale. Some look afraid. But every single one of them notices. That is the purpose. A dead enemy teaches nothing. A living one teaches forever. Your shoulders begin to burn. Muscles tremble. Your knees weaken. Your back aches like fire spreading through bone. You try to shift your weight. The chain stops you. You realize something slowly, carefully, terribly. You are not meant to die here. You are meant to remain. Days, months, years. The woman beside you finally speaks. Her voice is cracked, thin, like dry leaves breaking. Do not fight the chain, she whispers. Her lips barely move. She has hooks too. It wastes strength. You stare at her. She still does not look at you. How long? You try to ask. The hooks pull. Pain cuts your words apart. She answers anyway. Long enough, she says softly, that you will forget what sitting feels like. A breeze passes through the garden. Leaves rustle. Water flows. Birds sing. The world is peaceful, except for the line of women standing in chains beneath the sun. And then you finally understand the true design of this place. The garden is not here to comfort you. It is here to prove that no beauty, no peace, no softness in the world can save you now. Days pass, or weeks. You cannot tell anymore. Time no longer moves forward. It circles. Morning, Sunday pain. Night, cold, pain. Morning again. The same sky, the same stone, the same chain cutting slowly into your wrists. Your arms feel heavier each day. Your shoulders burn constantly. Sleep comes only in short, broken moments when your body forces your mind to disappear. But even sleep does not free you, because when your muscles loosen, the chain pulls, and pain wakes you again. You begin to understand something terrible. They are not waiting for you to die. They are waiting for you to survive. One afternoon, the garden grows quieter than usual. The guards straighten. Their posture changes. Their hands tighten on their spears. Servants rush across the paths, sweeping dust that is not there. A command passes between soldiers in low voices. Someone important is coming. Footsteps echo. Slow. Measured. Not the walk of a merchant. Not the walk of a servant. The walk of someone who knows the ground belongs to him. You cannot lift your head fully, but your eyes rise. He enters surrounded by officials. A king. You do not know his face, but you know the way everyone else reacts. Heads lower. Bodies stiffen. Voices vanish. He walks along the line of chained women like a man inspecting statues. Not people. Objects. His gaze moves from one to another. Calm. Interested. Studying. Like an artist judging his own work. Then the gates open again. 3 figures are dragged inside. Women. Their feet stumble across the stone. Chains clatter behind them. Their clothes are torn but still rich enough to show what they once were. Silk. Gold thread. Royal colors. Even before anyone speaks, you understand. Royal blood. The king stops walking. He watches them the way a hunter watches animals brought to his feet. One of the women lifts her head. Her eyes burn. Not with fear, with hatred. It is the last proud thing she has left. A guard strikes her behind the knees. She falls. The other 2 collapse beside her. Dust rises around them. A scribe steps forward holding a tablet. He announces their names, their full titles, their lineage, their royal house, their father, their city, their bloodline. Each word echoes through the garden. You feel something twist inside your chest. Because you recognize the ceremony, you know what comes next. The stylus lifts. Scratches. One name erased. Scratch. Another erased. Scratch. The last erased. The sound is soft, but it feels louder than thunder. The 3 women stare at the ground. Their faces do not change, but something inside them has already begun to crack. The king gestures slightly. Servants step forward carrying bowls. Black liquid. Needles. Hooks. Your breath stops. Not because you are shocked. Because you know. You want to close your eyes. You cannot. The guards holding your head do not move. They want you to see. They want all of you to see. The first sister is forced upright. The needle touches her skin. She gasps once. Then the carving begins. Slow. Precise. Unhurried. The mark spreads across her forehead stroke by stroke. Blood mixes with black pigment. It runs down her nose. Drops from her chin. She trembles but does not scream. The second sister breaks. She screams before the needle even touches her. She begs, pleads, promises anything, everything. Her voice cracks into sobs. No one answers. The needle enters. Her scream shatters the air. The third sister says nothing. Not one sound. Not one tear. She watches the king. The entire time. Even when the hooks are pushed through her cheeks. Even when blood runs down her throat. Even when her body shakes. She keeps looking at him. The king tilts his head slightly. Curious. Interested. As if studying a rare animal. When it is finished, all 3 sisters stand chained like the rest of you. Marked. Hooked. Bleeding. Silent. The king turns away. He leaves without speaking. His officials follow. The garden returns to stillness. Wind moves through leaves again. Water flows again. Birds sing again. But something has changed. Because now there are 3 more warnings standing in the sun. And you realize something slowly, coldly, clearly. This was not punishment. This was demonstration. The sun rises again. And again. And again. You have stopped counting. Your body knows only the chain, the hooks, the mark. Your arms burn. Your cheeks burn. Your forehead itches under the permanent black pigment. And still you breathe. Still you endure. Still you stand. But the world outside the garden does not forget. It watches. Every traveler, every envoy, every merchant who walks these paths sees you. They see the hooks, the mark, the chained body. You are living proof, a warning carved in flesh. They see your suffering, and it spreads through the empire faster than armies ever could. Weeks turn into months. Months stretch into years. You begin to notice small details in the garden you never noticed before. The way the sun shifts across the stones, the sound of water dripping in the fountain, the tiny birds that dart between branches. You feel moments of almost peace, but it is fleeting. Every time a visitor stops, every time someone gasps or whispers, the hooks remind you. The mark reminds you. The chains remind you. You are never free. And yet, there is something that refuses to be erased. One night, when the guards are asleep and the palace corridors are silent, a small piece of clay is left near your feet. Someone had smuggled it to you. Tiny, smooth, easy to hide. A stylus too. You pick it up. The metal is cold in your fingers. You press it into the clay, leaving marks, scratches. At first they are meaningless lines, but slowly, they become letters. Your name, not your old name, forgotten, erased, but a new mark of yourself. Something the empire cannot take. Something the guards cannot erase. Night after night, you write. Words flow from trembling hands. Words that record what you have seen. Words that honor those who have suffered before you. Words that whisper of survival, of resistance, of memory. You hide the clay pieces in cracks between stones, behind pillars, beneath fountains. Each fragment is tiny, but each is a testament. We existed. We suffered. We survived. We resisted. The other women notice. Slowly, hesitantly, they join you. Scratched lines of ink and clay appear, hidden beneath their chains. Messages, stories, names. Each a silent rebellion. Each a mark that says, I am still here. Decades pass, and still you stand. Still you breathe. Still you leave traces. Your hooks tear at your cheeks. Your mark burns in your skin. Your arms ache from the chains. But your mind finds freedom in the small rebellion of writing. In remembering. In whispering your existence into a medium that outlives even the mightiest empire. The empire falls eventually. Stone palaces crumble. Statues are smashed. Names carved in relief vanish under dust and fire. The king and his generals are gone. The world moves on. But the small clay scratches you hid, your words, your history, your truth, survive. Future hands will find them. Future eyes will see them. And for the first time in centuries, someone will know you existed. You suffered. You survived. You fought without weapons, without armies, without recognition. You fought simply by refusing to disappear. And as they read, they will understand something your captors never could. Power may destroy flesh. It may erase names. It may bend bodies and minds. But it can never destroy the will to leave a mark. You were meant to vanish. You were meant to be forgotten. But you are remembered. And that, in the end, is more lasting than any empire.